Hello! Welcome to the Book Nook. This video will be my first video ever posted, which is both terrifying and exciting, but in the wise words of the Cheshire Cat from Alice in Wonderland, every adventure requires a first step. So, I'm going to take that step. And I'm leaving this video relatively unscripted, so if certain parts are a little messy and scrambled, I apologize. But I thought it would only be natural for me to start with a coloring video and just talk about my interests and my hopes for the channel. So let's jump in. Number 1, books. If you couldn't tell by my channel name, I love books. And that love will definitely play a big part in this channel. I plan on doing some in-depth reviews, spoiler-free and with spoilers, of books that I enjoy, as well as some that I might not enjoy. And just kind of rant about them, talk about the details and just what makes them good and or bad, and just have fun with that kind of thing. If you're into authors like Jennifer Lynn Barnes or Holly Jackson, I am definitely your girl. I love those authors as well. And if you're a fantasy person, I am so sorry. I am not a good person when it comes to fantasy. I've never been able to find enjoyment as them. As good as the stories are, I have just personally never been able to read them. I don't know what it is. I know there are like so many amazing stories that I've heard of. I just can't ever sit down and just read it. But all the respect to the fantasy authors, that is not meant to be disrespectful. That is definitely an issue on my part and not at all their part. But I am a mystery and thriller girl through and through. And maybe a little historical fiction and realistic fiction. I really enjoyed The Way I Am Now and The Way I Used to Be by Amber Smith. Those are so beautifully written, and I'm so excited for the third book. But yeah, if any of those books, like the thriller and the mysteries, I would definitely stick around because those are the types of things that I will most likely be talking about on this channel. And yeah. Second, we have the other half of the title, Book Nook Creations. We have the creations part, which is going to be the visual elements of this channel. While I'm ranting about books or shows or whatever I feel like that day, I will most likely be doing something creative in the background, whether it's coloring a page like I am now in this video, or painting, embroidering, sewing. I don't know, it's kind of open book at this point, and we'll just play it by ear, which is exciting for me. And if you're not interested in what I have to say, but you're interested in the craft, the nice thing is you could just mute the video, which I probably shouldn't be recommending to future viewers. But if you want to, you could just watch the craft, and maybe that's more relaxing. Who knows? We'll find out. Finally, just to sort of wrap things up, I wanted to say that just because the title of my channel is Book Nook Creations, I'm not going to limit myself to just talking about books. I will probably talk about books 90% of the time, so if you're hoping to hear my book rants, which I really hope you are, don't worry, you're not going to lose out that much. But if I want to talk about a couple shows like White Collar or Psych, I'll most likely take a video or two and do that. But I just don't want to completely limit myself to books because there's other things I enjoy besides from just books. And I also just wanted to take a minute to ask for recommendations. I just finished The Gilded Blade, which, if you don't know, is the last book of the Inheritance Games saga, and I am currently grieving it because it just ended so good, but like certain things I wish had ended a little better, but nonetheless, I am just wishing that it wasn't over because that was so big and I was so invested in those characters that when it ended it just felt so it felt like I was losing friends, you know? Which probably seems really silly, but I just grew with those characters. But if you have recommendations for authors that are similar to Jennifer Lynn Barnes or Holly Jackson, I would really, really appreciate those because I need to get over my book mourning. And yeah, so all in all, I hope that you guys can stick with me on this adventure as I talk about all the things that come to my mind and show myself creating all the things that come to my mind. I appreciate you for sticking around, and I'll see you in the next one, I guess. Bye!